Okay, hopefully we can clear some things up. You'll notice that this is a stepped crimping tool, meaning the side that's on this side is bigger than the side that's on the bottom side here. And of course, when you're doing the wire, you generally have about the right amount of wire to go through the smaller channel and then a little bit of the insulation in the bigger channel. If it's a difficult one to get connected in terms of trying to hold it into position, what I will do sometimes is I will strip a little bit more wire so that it reaches over just slightly into the left range here, into this portion, and then I'll take my thumb and I'll hold that wire there, and then I'll use pliers with my right hand to just gently squeeze sort of one tab over the other tab over, just so that it holds the insulation in place, and then the wire is in position so that I can then put it in the tool. In terms of putting this into the crimping tool here, this particular size fits into the middle, and I tend to squeeze it into, this is kind of hard to do this one-handed here, sorry. But here, let me just set the phone down for a moment. I'll put it in position. Come here. There we go. So what I've got here is I have it just crimped up enough so that it hits the top of this channel. You'll notice that it's perfectly level with the edge here, and of course reaches over on this side here. And then, I wonder if this will work here. Let's try this. This might do the trick. Okay, then I have my wire, and I very gently put it into here, and you'll sort of figure out how far it needs to go. Now I've got through this position here, you'll notice the wire is just sticking out there, and then I just squeeze it down. I might have it a little bit too far in there. Oh, looks like it's pretty good. So there we go. Yeah, it looks like I might have gone just a bit too far because I've grabbed a little bit of the insulation at the top of the crimp. But that's what you get for trying to do everything one-handed. But that's the essence of it. As I say, I don't get too concerned about the fact that there's a tiny bit of wire going beyond the end. Like I say, sometimes I actually use that to hold the wire in place while I crimp it down. In terms of the position, because of the thickness of this insulation, that's perfect as far as grabbing the insulation. Some wires are a little bit thinner. The insulation is not quite as thick. And in that situation, what I will do is I'll actually position this insulation part over into the narrower end, and just do a partial crimp just to tighten it up a little bit. You never want to squeeze that insulation too hard. You want it just snugged up like that. It's just there for strength and not for making any kind of connection. It's the top part that you want to have a nice hard connection like that. You'll see a lot of variations in terms of solder or not solder. If you have a proper crimping tool, it is making a perfect connection and absolutely does not need to be soldered and will be far sturdier. If you use solder and vibrations and such things come into play, or you're constantly taking this spade off and on too often, that solder will become brittle and the connection will become poor. So get yourself a proper crimping tool, learn how to crimp properly, and it'll be just lovely. Bye-bye.